What's up, YouTube? PokePrimer here, proud and ready to deliver you our Week 3 team builder for the UPL here on the channel. We are currently 2-0 with a +6 differential to start off the season, which is pretty cool. But we still got several weeks left to go, and each week just gets more difficult, obviously, as the time goes on. This week, we are taking on the guy who actually recruited us for the league, who goes by the username of B. And he's got a pretty interesting team. I actually kind of really like his team, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. I really kind of like his team. It's kind of lit. It's really well built, in my opinion. He's got a very good... His Fairy Dragon Steel Core can be either of one of two things. He has an interesting Fairy Dragon Steel Core, so it's kind of cool to see. He's got a ridiculous Firewater Grass Core. It's a decent amount of offensive and defensive threats that could cause us a little bit of issues, but I think that overall we can come through on top for this matchup. His team consists of Mega Altaria, Scizor, Suicune, Rotom Heat, Greninja, Ditto, Sneasel, Gabite, Vileplume, Donphan, and Jirachi. So, looking through his team, first thing that I see is the Mega Altaria. That thing's a huge threat. It can set up D-Dance, it can set up a Cotton Guard, it can just do just about whatever it wants to, pretty freely. So that thing's kind of a threat, pretty annoying to deal with. I'm not a huge fan, but hopefully we can handle that pretty nicely. Scizor is going to be an issue. Suicune's very bulky. Rotom Heat's not really an issue, and I have a reason why it's not. Greninja. Greninja is a huge problem. Even though it doesn't have Protean, it still is very powerful offensively, and with a blistering base 122 speed, it's really hard to outspeed. So it's definitely going to be very hard to beat in the long run. So that's going to be kind of tough to beat. Sneasel's not that big of a deal. Gabite's really not that huge of a deal. It's still 4 times weak to Ice, which is easy to handle. The combination of Vileplume, Suicune, and Rotom Heat, or Vileplume, Greninja, Rotom Heat, is really dangerous. Jirachi's a pain in the ass with the Serene Grace. There's a lot of things on his team that could be an issue. Hazard removal wise, the only things that stand out are Defog Scizor or Rapid Spin Donphan. So both of those could be something I have to watch for. Could be a thing, but I think with the team that I built, I think I can handle it properly. And who I think is going to be the MVP of the matchup right here is Curtis Haxel, the Haxorus. We are running max attack with 168 speed and a jolly nature. This speed investment allows us to outspeed the Rotom Heat by 1 point. So that even if the Rotom is scarfed, once we get a Dragon Dance up, because we can eat any hit from the Rotom because we resisted stabs and everything. The Rotom, even if the Rotom is scarfed, we get a Dragon Dance up, we will outspeed that thing regardless, and we'll outspeed everything that's slower than it. So that's pretty lovely. We're rocking a moveset of Dragon Dance, Earthquake, Poison Jab, and Dragon Claw. Now, with this moveset, we 1 or 2 shot everything on my opponent's team at +1. Like, I'm going to pull up the calcs right now. Pull up a Haxorus. We're going to go Dragon Dance. Make you jolly. Give you a Dragon Claw. Give you a Poison Jab. Oh, there we go. Bring you up to +1. Okay. So let's see Mega Altaria. Even if it is a bulky, like very bulky, like I'm talking like max HP, max physical defense, bold, this thing still takes 71 to 84% from a Poison Jab. But this thing's if he doesn't bring a bulky Altaria, Altaria dies. Like if he brings an offensive one, say it's Adamant, or whatever, and like doesn't even have. Even if it has HP investment, it pretty much almost dies. And if it doesn't have HP investment, then it definitely dies. So this thing pretty much dominates that with the poison jabs and shit. So that's cool. Scizor, standard Scizor. Earthquake, 2-hit KO. We got the Suicune. Standard Crocoon, fuck it. Standard Crocoon. Dragon Claw is a pretty much guaranteed 2-hit KO after a little bit of rocks damage maybe, but +1 attack, +1 max attack. Dragon Claw does 45 to 53%, so Suicune isn't even a switch in anymore. Rotom Heat, I don't even have to calc this. Earthquake 100% OHKOs every single time because of the mold breaker breaking through that fucking Universe like super duper bulky. I'm talking like max HP, max defense, impish nature, Dragon Claw still OHKOs with light and everything. Nice. Beautiful. To even come close to actually like succeed. So that's kind of awesome. Still has just pure domination against his whole team. So that's awesome. From here, I decided I needed a wall, so I decided the best wall possible would be Skarmory with the Rocky Helmet. Rocky Helmet Skarmory is very, very useful in this matchup because there's things like Scizor, there's things like Mega Altaria if it's a physical one, there's Sneasel, kind of, there's Gabite, there's Donphan, there's Jirachi, a lot of things that Skarmory can switch into, that if they're physical variants, Skarmory switches into them freely and can potentially rack up some damage with the Rocky Helmet and stuff. We were running Iron Head because it's, one of the only stab moves we really need. It just isn't a way of hitting the Mega Altaria. And I'm pretty sure it like 2-hit KOs the Sneasel, because the Sneasel can't really touch us, so that's cool. We're packing the Whirlwind because there's a lot of mons on my opponent's team that can set up, such as the Mega Altaria, the Scizor, the Suicune, the I think Sneasel has a way of setting up. I think Gabite can set up as well. Jirachi, I don't think Jirachi can set up Calm Mind if it wants to. So Whirlwind's the way of stopping those setups before they happen. Toxic is going to be very, very useful for things like the Suicune, the Rotom, things that we want to switch into Skarmory to stall them out, so that Skarmory can weaken down and whittle away at the team. And then we have the Defog, just in case my opponent tries to set up rocks. Gabite can set rocks, Donphan can set rocks, Jirachi can set rocks. So a couple mons that could probably set up rocks or some type of hazard or whatever on our side of the field that I want off of it. So Skarmory is very, very good at doing that job, and should be very, very effective in getting rid of those hazards at some point in the matchup. So that's the plan with Meta Ridley. Next up, making its season debut here in the UPL, we have Chibi the Mew holding the Colbur Berry. Colbur Berry is there so that we can guarantee live a knockoff from the Sneasel, because Sneasel is kind of a threat, so that's a problem. So what I wanted to make sure to do is that I could live that guaranteed, live that knockoff, and then kill it with a Drain Punch. And honestly, though, like after the Colbur Berry pops and everything, the knockoff hits us, like the Drain Punch is bringing us back almost back to full, because like we're OHKOing the Sneasel, so we're taking every inch of HP, and it's probably going to bring us like back to full. So we're pretty good. We are running the Flamethrower for the Scizor. We are running the Ice Beam for the Gabite. We are running the knockoff for everything else to get rid of items and shit. We're running max speed with a Rash Nature so we can hit as hard as possible, because all the things that we're really hitting are slower than us. The only thing that is faster than us that we really want to hit is the Sneasel. Other than that, Mew's not going to stay in for too much against too many other things on the team. just because I know for a fact that I don't want to face them. And I know for a fact that nobody else on my team wants to deal with it, so we're not going to fuck with it. So, yeah, that's the plan there. So I'm really, really excited about getting the chance to really get a chance to make Mew shine in this matchup, because Mew has a very, very specific goal here, and it's to take out the Scizor, take out the Sneasel, and take out the Gabite. If I can take out one or two things along the way as well, or while I'm getting rid of items, if I can take care of some things. So, Mew's going to do some stuff. Mew's going to do some good stuff. Mew's awesome. Mew is great. Mew is God. So that's going to be our Mew. Next up, we have Thorian, the Thundurus Therian. I believe this is the first time I'm bringing Thundurus to the league. I don't believe I brought it last week. But this thing is a bona fide wall breaker. We're giving this thing a life orb with the Volt Absorb. So, yeah, we can, absorb those HP electrics, I guess, if they're running it, which they're probably not. But we have the life orb, which is going to allow us to literally tear through B's entire team. B's team does not appreciate this. Now, what I went ahead and did is, first of all, I went maximum speed. Maximum speed so I can outspeed the Jirachi, okay? There's still the Greninja and the Sneasel to worry about that outspeed us. Obviously, the Sneasel can still, Ice Shard us and shit, but we can live one Ice Shard. We pack the agility. Now, if we can scare something out, say I put this thing out in front of the Suicune, that Suicune ain't staying in. You're not staying in on a Thundurus. Thundurus is going to set up an agility. Thundurus is then faster than whatever it's in front of. And everything else on the team, even if it's scarfed. So that way Thundurus can click Thunderbolt and HP Ice on pretty much everything on my opponent's team, and OHKO it right away. Greninja dies. Sneasel dies. The only thing that does not die to this combination of moves in a 1 or 2 hit KO fashion is the Rotom Heat. That's the only one that doesn't die. Rotom Heat comes in, I click Volt Switch. Essentially. Or Rotom Heat has to die before Thundurus even comes into the matchup. That's the two thought processes here. If Rotom Heat's alive, we click Volt Switch. If Rotom Heat is dead, we swap. And that's literally the only way I see it happening. But overall, just Thundurus has all the coverage it needs and the ability to pretty much clean up this whole matchup for us if it really wants to. So Thundurus Therian is going to go ahead and do that ASAP. I love Thundurus Therian. It's so good. It's such a good wall breaker. And it has a lot of potential in this matchup. So yeah, here we are. Next up, we have another debuting member in Shroomzy the Amoonguss. Now, free agency is a thing, and after week 1, which we didn't have a match, I still wanted to make a free agency swap. So you know how we had Shaman before? Yeah. We don't have Shaman anymore. We have our good buddy Shroomzy here. Because somebody dropped Amoonguss, and I was like, bruh. Why? And it ended up being because they had too many points drafted or something. It was a mess up on their part. But bruh. Amoonguss was dropped, and I was like, bitch, I am scooping this up real fucking fast. So we have Amoonguss here, and it's a bit of a mixed wall this week. We're rocking the max HP. We're running 152 special defense with a calm nature. I don't believe that investment has anything special to it. I can't recall if it does. Maybe it allows us to take a fire-type move from Mega Altaria. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But we have 108 in defense. I don't believe that has anything special to it either. But, whatever. Don't judge me. I know there's like reasons behind it. It's just I don't remember them right off the top of my head, and I'll like remember them when the battle's actually happening. So don't get off my ass. But overall, this thing can switch in on a lot of different things. This thing can switch in on pretty much any portion of my opponent's team. A very, very good portion of it, and not really worry about it. Take the hit very nicely, and recover a little bit with the Black Sludge. We have the Giga Drain for the water types on my opponent's team. This thing can actually sit in front of, like, this thing can sit in front of a Suicune, a standard Crocoon set, and laugh hysterically at it. If this thing sits in front of Crocoon and laughs, because it literally just Giga Drains, Clear Smog, Giga Drain, Clear Smog, Giga Drain, Clear Smog, Giga Drain, Clear Smog. Oh, you got boost, Clear Smog, Giga Drain, Clear Smog. And just keep cycling through that so that this thing will never get past +1 and will never be able to actually do anything relevant. And I can make sure that it sleeps. So I'll be the one to put it to sleep, and I'll keep it asleep every turn because I'm a dick like that. So that's the plan with Shroomzy. It's just here to counter the Suicune with the Giga Drain Clear Smog combination. But like I said before, there's a lot of things that could set up, so it's a matter of stopping the setup before it really happens. I'm also packing the HP Fire because the Scizor does also, like to set up. So if I can sit in front of the Scizor real quick, pop off an HP Fire, get that thing out of there, and like deal with the threat when it becomes a threat, then Shroomzy can, be a lot more effective for us in the matchup. If we can stop that Scizor from setting up Swords Dance or whatever, that'd be great. I believe from full, we can take one hit from the Scizor. Let me check this out. Scizor. Offensive Swords Dance. Max attack adamant. You get a +2. Now you are at 108. You are a calm nature. And you have 152. There, special defense. Yeah, we pretty much take any hit from the Scizor. We take any hit from the Scizor. The only thing that's scary is Bug Bite does 87 to 102%. So it could take us out, but there's a small chance to do that. Less than 20% chance to do that. So we have 4/5 of a chance to live, 1/5 of a chance to die. I like those odds. And then HP Fire will do a large amount of damage to the Scizor. So we should be good to go there. So that's the plan with Shroomzy here. Shroomzy's going to put in some work. Lastly, my lord, my god, bring him here. The human Scolipede has arrived with the Life Orb Speed Boost combination. Life Orb Speed Boost combination is pretty legit. Scolipede's pretty powerful. I love Scolipede. If anyone tells me that Scolipede sucks, I will kick you in the dick. I will literally kick you in the dick. But no, honestly though, this thing gets up a speed boost or two. This thing pretty much can clean up his team as well. Protect, obviously, to get the speed boost up. Mega Horn will one-shot the Greninja, one-shot the Sneasel. Pretty sure it can one-shot other things. I'm going to just pull up last week's set because we were adamant Life Orb then too. The only difference is we had Rock Slide instead of Earthquake. Rock Slide. There we go. We can't one-shot the Scizor, which kind of sucks, but that's okay. Offensive Mega Altaria, catch a Poison Jab, you're dead. Suicune, can we two-shot Suicune? Ayo Crocoon. We 3-shot Crocoon, but that's fine. Ayo Rotom Heat. How about a 2-hit KO from a Rock Slide, buddy? How's that? How's that shit for you, huh? Yeah. Greninja gets O-Code. Sneasel gets O-code. Gabite. Yeah, you can take a Mega Horn. You can take one, maybe two. You can take one Mega Horn, but you're not taking two. Sorry, bud. You ain't taking two. Vileplume. You probably ain't taking two Mega. You're not taking two Mega Horns. Nah, man. Donphan, you're probably taking at least two Mega Horns. You're taking at least two, but no more than two. Jirachi, I don't think you're taking two Mega Horns. You're not taking two Mega Horns. Nah. You ain't taking two Mega Horns from Scolipede. With this speed investment, we outspeed an Adamant Jirachi by 1 point. I figured why not go for that. You know, Adamant Scarf Jirachi is not entirely uncommon. And then if we were to go ahead and get our speed boost up, we would go up by an amount that I could easily track to, so I don't have to like calculate it all the time. This makes things a little easier. I love your speed stat, Scolipede. You're a god. But yeah, no. With 160 speed, we sit exactly 300. So we're gonna go up by like 150 each time we get it. You know, plus something. So that's kind of cool. So I can keep better track of what's going down with his speed stat. So that's cool. So that's awesome, and that's going to be our team for the UPL Week 3 against B. If you guys are excited, please make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you guys when the battle comes around. Until then, peace out.